Hey, my friends, good to see you again. So let's continue with the Venus-Mars composite series and get that wrapped up and talk about the inconjunction today between Venus and Mars. So there is a general incompatibility or mismatch when it comes to the desires. What both people would find to be personally satisfying or aesthetically pleasing, what they would find to be of value, or the sensual desires that the two people have. That can be very, very different. So it's very, very common for both of the partners to have to repress some amount of what it is that they personally want so they can enjoy the relationship, so there can be a getting along in the relationship. It's not uncommon for the more dominant partner, because in partnerships, one of the partners is going to emerge as the leader and one is going to emerge as the follower. We're going to have some kind of dominance passivity thing going on. And in relationships that don't have a clearly defined roles like that, then we can actually have problems. It's really important in relationships to establish leader, follower, and that can be situational in some relationships, but for the most part, most relationships have more clearly defined leader, follower, passive aggressive situation. So because we have that as a normal function of human relationships, when we have this in conjunction, the more dominant or aggressive partner often gets the majority or the bulk of their needs met, not all of them. And then we have the other partner who feels like they are going without or suppressing what it is that they want, or just being generally dissatisfied about not having the fulfillment that they would choose. So it is a mismatch of desires that we see with the inconjunction. It is a more unusual thing to see in long-term romantic relationships because it doesn't really lend itself to happiness that is more effortless. We can get around it by being very, very willing to provide what the other person wants, or to do what the other person wants, or to participate in a style that really makes sense to them. And if the other person is doing that for us, then we are having needs met through going out of our own comfort zone or our own needs. So there's a generosity that has to be developed in order to really be able to live with this in conjunction happily, because it does tend to lead to some dissatisfaction in relationships. So it's one of the more difficult aspects to deal with in a romantic relationship. You can have other very good things going on, though, that can compensate to the relationship when you see this. It's not always the worst thing that can happen, but it can be a pretty big rock in the shoe for a lot of couples, and it really does take the ability to come out of our own desire zone and explore what the other person wants, but the other person has to be willing to do that for us as well, or else it breeds resentment with the partner that is going out of their way to try to fulfill the other person's needs and desires, which to them are going to be very foreign. So it's an interesting one to see, and hopefully you've got content in the relationship in other areas that are going to make it more worthwhile to work through this particular inconjunction, because some people really can. So hope this was helpful. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe to my channel. You can find me on the internet at truthandaspectastrology.com. I'm not currently meeting with clients right now, so I can focus on teaching full-time and creating content full-time, but check my schedule in the future. I'm sure it will open up eventually. And you can find me on social media at Truth and Aspect Astrology. I also have a subscriber option to my website if you're looking for more content, live question and answer sessions, We have all kinds of fun stuff over there. Teaching videos, teaching series, things of that nature. And I'll be back super soon.